So this is a tutorial for your final drawings. Um, I'm considering this my last major piece of teaching or instruction for you guys. Um, we've done a lot of conversations around programming. Design conversations have been one-on-one or in small groups, not necessarily standardized, but more individualized based on each of your approaches. So for drawings, we haven't done a whole lot of instruction, and I'm hoping this will serve that purpose. So I've also changed up the formats a little bit. Originally, I was going to have you guys do Strathmore, which was 32 by 40, and I think want to change it back to Bristol sheets, which are 18 by 24. And then we'll print at two scales. We'll do full site plans at 1/32, and then we'll do a detailed portion at 3/32, which is the same scale of your model. So the big shift is moving away from developing the whole site to just a portion in full detail. My concern is that by asking you guys to design the full site, you really won't get into more substantial drawing and development of a portion of a building, which I think is appropriate for your first studio. So I designed a little example building here. And then the portion in the red is a uh, co-living situation for single parents. So that red dash is then developed in plan, elevation, and section. So just to be transparent, one of the things that I'm trying to address with this series of tutorials is, again, just teaching you how to draw. I can tell you that many times the form students graduate out of the semester, move on to situation, and in situation, even though we've done some drawing, plan, and section in the summer and we do it in the fall, it's often the case that the basic techniques and conventions have not been solidified into memory, and they're forgotten by next semester or they're not cemented. And so sometimes I'm told that like the 3G students don't know how to draw, and I take responsibility for that. So this is my attempt at teaching you all how to draw. So we're going to go from a Rhino model situation, which is very low detail like this, which I think is probably something that you guys have right now. And we're going to go to plans that have a lot more detail. We're going to talk about line weights. We're going to talk about detail. And we're going to talk about some basics. So I believe I shared this with you all in the summer, for those of you that did the summer, but just to rehearse it again, we're looking at basic orthographic drawings, and this is the breakdown of how we can think of them. So in the center here is the house. If we look from above, it's a roof plan. We look from the sides as our elevations. Both plan and section are a cut through the building, a virtual cut through the building. The plan is cut 3 feet off of the ground or whatever floor height that you're cutting at. Section can be cut anywhere. All of these are considered multi-view drawings, in that you really need to see multiple views to understand the building as a whole. So this top diagram is just showing that all of these shapes have the exact same plan, which means that you can't understand any of these shapes simply from the plan. You would need to see plan and elevations at the minimum to understand the full shape of this. And so you really piece together plans, elevations, and sections to understand a building through orthographic projection. Again, the plan cut here So that's a cut 3 feet above, and you can think about this either as a virtual operation or just as you're drawing it, think about what you would be cutting through at 3 feet. Some notes about doors and windows. You really simplify doors. You can show a thickness and a swing, but that's about it. Sliding door, maybe just show two rectangles that partially overlap. If you want to do mullions, sometimes you can do small rectangle for the frame and then a single line in the middle. And some notes about stairs. So if you're drawing a stair, you cut it at that 3 feet mark, and then if there's nothing below the stair, you can just show a dashed line as it continues up. Or if you have parallel stairs, you would show stairs on both sides because the cut is cutting around the floor that you're on, and then you're looking down at the stairs below. Some notes about walls and pochette, reflected ceiling plan. Again, the section is also a cut, so you can think about a virtual cut through the building, what you would see. And then one thing I want to point out is the way that you deal with the ground. So Francis Ching, the author of this book and a lot of diagrams that we've looked at, talks about the difference between a design and a construction section. Construction section, you would actually be showing some of the materials. You would show the foundations, maybe the framing, insulation. You might be doing this for construction class. Whereas a design section, you're not concerned with how the thing is built. You're just concerned with the outlines of the building mass. That goes all the way to the ground where you're not drawing the foundation. You just continue the drawing and you can move that right into a wall. So that's what you'll see that I've done for the example drawings. Some more information here for you all to look at. Gets more into details about isometric views, perspectives, etc. But definitely think about and look at and review the orthographic information because that'll be the basis of what we work on together.